All right.
Alrighty, because I'm going to recycle the one clever bit I've had all day. You ready to rock the dragon?
Yeah.
See, it's funny. It's funny to you for all the wrong reasons. Welcome everybody to the Average Intelligence Podcast. Today, we're a little bit later than the announcements, but it's a good thing we are because they actually made another announcement after the big announcements. That's right. We're talking about the future of Dragon Ball, which was revealed earlier this week on January 25th. In honor of
Finally.
yeah, well, I get it. It's the 40th anniversary. I get it. But we're going to get into that. But welcome to the Average Intelligence Podcast.
We choose to go to the moon and dissipate and do the other things.
Weird. Weird.
I mean, with how
Someone said that freaking
shitty Daima was, man.
Panera's
Like, I don't
Pepsi's
know.
taste funny.
Better.
No, I mean,
What?
We'll come to it.
Now, welcome everyone. That's right. We are talking Dragon Ball, the good, the bad, the ugly, and yeah, we're going to talk about where the future goes. But just a quick note, some housekeeping, if you will. Tonight's podcast is brought to you by our friends at CapCut Pro and Globalware. We will touch on those a little bit more later. But I do want to start off with a bit of a solemn thing. You probably saw it on social media, Eric. Did you see that the Japanese voice actor for Majin Buu passed away at 70 on January 20th?
Yeah, the Japanese version, obviously, but like it's still.
The OG, or OB,
Yeah,
original Buu.
I know, but I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that, but he can easily be replaced.
I mean, yeah, the Majin Buu voice is not complicated, as we saw
Not e-
the
not even the English dub one. Like,
well,
if I'm being honest.
The English dub
Now,
was a superior rendition to the Japanese dub. I don't know, for those of you who haven't seen the Japanese Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super, Majin Buu sounds extremely similar, but I do think the voice sounds better in the English dub, which I know that's heresy to some people, but it fits the character better, I think.
yeah,
And hey,
absolutely it
it might
does.
just and to be fair, you find this in dub versus some anime debates a lot because and sometimes not. So I'll point to Naruto as an example, which preface this with the entire English dub of Naruto is hot garbage. Whoever did the casting and directing should be fired and never be allowed to work in voice acting ever again. It was it was a shit show. But
Never seen it.
um I'm speaking to the voice of Orochimaru. In the Japanese version, it's fantastic. They have a very different perception of what an evil character sounds like, and we're not going to get into that, although we can if you want us to. But as to the why, but for some reason, like okay, Orochimaru's thing is he's very snake-like. His snakes are like his avatar, his spirit animal. So of course, what do you think the English voice actor does? He makes him snake-like, and it's just like, oh my God.
You don't need
It's
to do that.
no, it's too literal. It's far too literal. But anyway, um, very sad to hear that. Very unfortunate. It's always sad when somebody passes away and somebody who played an iconic character. But to your point, not to be a dick, I doubt people will notice a difference going forward. This is assuming that Boo continues to be a character in the ongoing series. So, we'll see.
Now, like, I hate to say it like this, but if like Sean Schimmel died, like everybody would be up in arms. Like,
It's also different when he's the main character.
I know, but like, in no disrespect to the actor who passed, but like, it just,
It's not like
it's
it's not like Masako Nozawa. At that
that's
point,
going to be
what
a
are
tough one.
at
She
that point?
she's 77, I
Yeah, at
think,
that
right?
point, what are they going? Well, she's Japanese. She'll be fine. But yeah, you get to a point there where it's like, well, and then I
Like
think Vegeta.
Japanese cars, they last forever.
Well, I think Vegeta's original voice, Japanese voice actor passed away, and his replacement was
Good.
a-okay. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but or maybe it was. Come to think of it, it might
Reasons.
have been it might have been the Spanish voice actor. I don't know, but I've
Oh
heard
yeah,
no
yeah, yeah.
complaints. I've heard zero complaints. But probably the first and biggest announcement that was made, for those who don't know, is Dragon Ball Super is continuing. Technically twice, although I guess continuing is once. They announced Dragon Ball Super: The Galactic Patrol, which will animate the Morrow arc. It is unclear because they didn't say whether this will continue past the Morrow arc. I would assume yes, but they might be seeing how this is reacted to.
They got to get the Black Frieza, man. Like, I
Well, I
want to
think
see that so bad because he
because we
literally
get
one-shotted Ultra Instinct Goku, apparently. So,
and Ultra Ego Vegeta
yeah.
at
So,
the same
like,
time. Um, not good. Well, I guess we can get into Dragon Ball's problematic history with Black. Still,
this man is not black.
dude, I've told the story before, but I gotta tell it again because I couldn't wait. I watched the Japanese simulcast for Dragon Ball Super and
Yeah,
with
same.
with with English subtitles, and the subtitles literally said this man isn't black, and I thought to myself, like I laughed, and I thought to myself, it's like, huh, I wonder how they're gonna handle that in the dub. Didn't even fucking try.
They should have said, "Wait, that isn't black."
Yeah,
That's all they
exactly.
had to say. This
No,
man isn't black.
I
They
know, but they
said
literally
like
hold your
one word
fire.
difference made it sound so bad.
I have to believe, like as morbid as this sounds, but we've there's a lot of evidence to suggest this. Anime ADR directors are kind of evil. Like when something hysterically funny is gonna happen, they let it happen. They have to. Like they had to. You can't be that clueless. You absolutely can't be that clueless.
Be surprised.
I mean, fair enough. But I'll tell you right now that and I think he did, I don't know who directed the English dub of Dragon Ball Super. And I think it was Chris Sabat because he's usually the ADR director on Dragon Ball. Knowing what I know about Chris Sabat's sense of humor, he absolutely understood and let it go. And Eric Vale probably laughed several times in the booth because he says the line fairly quickly. So it might have been a like I have to rush through this before I lose my shit. But anyway,
Like, I like Chris Sabat's voices. I don't like Chris Sabat.
I
He seems like
do,
a
and I
douchebag. Like,
oh
do
no,
you
he
get
seems
that?
cool as
Like,
hell.
he seems like a douchebag. Like, I'm saying an undercover douchebag, not like a straight
I don't,
douchebag.
dude,
Like,
I don't get that at all. In fact, I know people who've met him and they say he's a sweetheart. And he was, I know this doesn't really speak to him as a person, but he was one of the few people that was actually supportive of Team Four Star and was like very, I mean, he put him in the games,
yeah, except Sean Schimmel just came out
which
recently
I,
and was like,
I
"Don't
understand.
support that, guys. Come on."
You
It's
know
like,
what?
shut
I
up,
get,
Goku.
well, this most recent one, I do kind of get his point because he's like, he gets,
Clown.
he gets
Sorry.
asked that at every convention. So I kind
I
of
know
get it.
he probably just blew up on the people like just like I just stop
He kind of,
support that.
He kind of did. He's like, look, I've already addressed this, but I get asked this question all the time, blah, 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 blah. And I get the general frustration, but he was literally
Then
saying, he's like,
quit.
look, he's not going to quit. But like,
Exactly.
I get it. But at the same time, it's like,
How do you think
I will,
elementary teachers feel?
for real. No, but I always say this DBZ Abridged, I think you have to be a little naive to not admit the fact that they brought eyes back to the series that at the time was pretty dormant. Like when they started, Dragon Ball Z Kai was not a thing. It would be shortly, but it wasn't a thing yet.
Kai's so garbage though.
It
Like
is. I mean, it really is. Although it's funny,
I
I have an idea for Dragon Ball, but we'll get
well,
there.
is this what we're gonna get? Dragon Ball Super Kai?
No, okay, so I'll go ahead and go
Gonna be
down this road.
terrible.
I'll go down, well, not necessarily, but what I think they should do, I think they should give the entire Dragon Ball franchise the Kai treatment, starting with Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I know, but they're literally going to use that annoying voice for Gohan. Uh, or I'm sorry, the boys Trunks and no Goten. Like this, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting confused. Like I was thinking of Kai. My bad. So the voice actor for Gohan as a child was just
Yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of her
sounded like a little girl. Like like
because it is a girl.
that's my point. But even the other one was a girl, and she just sounded like
She did. I agree. I was a bigger fan of that. Although one thing I would really love to see, and I think we're getting there because anime dubs are not doing this so much. They're finally understanding that just because a character's mouth is open on screen does not mean it has to be making a sound. Like people can just look surprised
oh,
without going like
or actually Goku's voice actor in Japan, Masako, when she does it. I love it though. Like that's the
because
difference.
it's a character quirk. It's identifiable as Goku. Now he's not the only one who does it, but it's very common with him. Yeah.
But like when they're fighting in English, like I'm sorry, the English dub, when there's it's just like
Oh. Well, it's funny they make
you,
fun of it in Dragon Ball Z Abridged a lot. Like there's a moment where there's like three shots of King Kai with his mouth open. He's like, and then Tien just goes, you can just ask us if we want to know.
yeah. Speaking of King Kai, the who's that? Sean Schemmel.
Sean Schimmel.
But dude, King Kai is gold. King Kai is gold. He's one of the best characters, and even
I gotta say,
Sean Schimmel
comparatively,
killed that character.
yeah, Sean
Loved
Schimmel
it.
killed it in the
Killed it.
English dub comparative to the Japanese, which I get. There's different voice inflections. But yeah,
That's his favorite voice
I
actor to
know.
do though.
I heard him in a video once talking about how he busts it out in the bedroom sometimes, and his I think it's
Ah,
his
come
wife.
on, baby.
Ah! Oh my god. But yeah, so we are getting a continuation, which I mean, we've been waiting for this for a while. I know there was talk when they said they were going to make this announcement. They were like, "Is it Dragon Ball Super or Diamond Season 2?" And I'm like, if anyone on that committee has half a brain, it will be a continuation of Dragon Ball Super because Daima
We're
was
getting
met
a
with such
continuation. Go ahead. Sorry,
of
Daimo's met
Daima.
what?
There's been
No,
no
no, no.
official.
Just
Oh
keep going
yeah.
with yours, and I'll point mine
Well,
out.
Daima was met with such mixed reviews, and honestly, I think it was given a little bit more grace than it. This sounds bad, but let me finish. I think Daima got quite a bit more grace than it deserved because it was the last project Akira Toriyama worked on before he died. But I mean, animation wise, it's beautiful. Like
Absolutely,
it's a
I don't
gorgeous
disagree.
show, but the story
Story's
is just
stupid.
it's not there. It's a very and this is part of the controversial. It's a very Toriyama story. It's silly, it's an adventure, it's has to do with children, like and I know it's sacrilege to say Akira Toriyama wasn't perfect, but I mean, he's not but I think because of the original American dub of Dragon Ball Z, there's this idea that Akira Toriyama is an action author and he's not.
He's
He's a
comedy.
comedy author. Yeah.
You know, he, but the thing is, like, Akira, he was not consistent with the story that was laid out. Toyotara, on the other hand, is.
Okay, so here's my
And
hot
he's
take.
the one who took over.
Yeah,
So,
and
like,
this
I
this
have
is
faith.
this is my sacrilege comment. I think with Toyotaro at the helm, I think we're going to get an overall better product, if nothing else, a more consistent product. Because just like you said, Toyotaro is consistent. At least as far as I've seen thus far, he respects the lore and is pretty talented in a way of changing things up. And honestly, I really, and not to say anything about Akira Toriyama's art style, but I like Toyotaro's art style. I like he's brought a little bit of the original scale and softness back to it. It's still more rigid than OG Dragon Ball, but it feels a bit rounder, and I like that because and Goku's not 6'4" anymore. Randomly, like
Yeah.
he's a normal height,
It made
and
no sense, dude. Like, I
yeah,
was
like
like, what in
Goku
the
got
world?
taller, like substantially taller.
Like, just because you went Super Saiyan 3 does not automatically
Yeah, it
give you
doesn't.
like 8 inches.
No, although
Maybe
turning
a
black,
hair.
Although Frieza turning black might, we'll see.
Well, I mean, it's not uncommon. I mean, Piccolo, he can grow. Frieza can grow. Like literally,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what is it?
Well,
Version
he wanted to
form
use the
2 and 3.
dragon. Well, yeah, but he also wanted to use the Dragon Balls to grow. What was it, 5 centimeters? What's up? Aren't you supposed to be getting your hair cut? They must be on their way back. But I'm stoked for it because I, I know some people on the internet are gonna be like, "How could you like it?" I like Dragon Ball Super. I thought Dragon Ball
Oh,
Super was
I,
genuinely great.
I don't get the hate for it. Everyone's like, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, GT's better than this. I'm like, dude, what world do you live in? Don't get me wrong. The Shadow Dragon arc was amazing. The baby arc was pretty good in GT. Like, it's not a bad
Everything.
series, but Super was like pretty good all around, except for like the beginning first, like the retelling of Battle of Gods. Like, let's just be honest. It was okay. Like the My Balma thing was way better in the movie than it was on TV on the Super series because it was just like
Yeah.
it
Well,
they
and
stretched it out too much. It was
yeah,
like it lost the feeling.
yeah, and that actually that segues into the second announcement, which we'll keep talking about both because they're interrelated. Um, they also announced, and we're actually going to get this first. This is going to premiere fall of this year. We're getting Dragon Ball Super Beerus, which is a remastered and enhanced anime version of the original Battle of Gods arc. Why? I
Even
said this. Yeah, I said
I
this at
just
the
watched a
time.
video of Sean Schimmel saying that he goes, I don't know why they're doing it because he goes, if they're going to reuse our voices, that's fine. But if they ask me to redo it, that's fine too. And I was like,
Yeah,
well,
I
you're
saw
getting
the same
paid.
video. But I get here's my whole beef. There were legitimate criticisms with the anime Battle of Gods arc. Here's the problem though. We already have the enhanced version. It's called Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. Like the movie exists. Why are
Well, actually, Battle Gods came first and then
Yes,
Super.
I know, but that well, I said that
But
when
even though Battle of Gods was way better than the Super's
yeah,
version
well
because
I
they were
said
just getting their I don't know what are you gonna call it.
well I said I don't understand that. Where was I go? Oh, okay. I was kind of confused because the Dragon Ball Super manga pretty much skips all that. And Resurrection F, if I'm not mistaken, which here's another hot take. I really enjoyed Resurrection F, but the anime arc had problems. But I said again, why are we reanimating this? We already have the movie, which was, and they're not gonna put Dragon Ball Super Broly into the series because the movie exists and it's fine. It's stunning. It doesn't need to be touched. So I'm actually
Well,
glad.
and it's not like in the Super arc like ish the Broly thing. Everybody keeps saying Broly. I haven't read any of the manga except for like a little bit, and I don't know anything about Broly if he's in the manga, the
He's
Super
in it.
manga.
He's in it, but he's not. They skip over the events because they rightly point out that we've already seen this, so we can assume, which this is a safe assumption. If somebody's reading the Dragon Ball Super manga, they've seen the movie.
I just don't understand why they're redoing it. It's such a waste of time.
It
Like
really
literally,
is.
and we're gonna have to wait for everything else in concurrence because we're waiting on them to just release this shit we've already seen. Don't get me wrong. Is it gonna look beautiful? Is it gonna be decent and this and that? Probably, absolutely. They're gonna use the new animation. Like I'm for it, but I'm just irritated because I'm
I
like, I freaking see it.
I'd honestly rather get a Daima season 2 rather than Dragon Ball Super Beerus because
Oh
they could.
God, no.
Well, no, but here's the thing: if they do Daima season 2, they can at least flesh out some of the retcons that they did and make them make sense because like I'm a firm believer that Super Saiyan 4 in the new canon should be associated with demon energy. Like that's I
Oh,
mean
that You know what? Like, as in Super Saiyan 4 can only be attained in the demon realm.
at least until Goku can figure out a way to harness demon energy, which it's the same logic behind the God key for Super Saiyan God.
But at the same time, this is just your opinion, right? That
Yeah,
this
this is
is
just my
he.
opinion.
Okay, so I was just making sure I didn't. There's something I'm missing with demon energy or something like that. That'd be cool.
Well, no, because it makes sense in the lore because Goku cannot harness Super Saiyan God until he goes through the ritual. But once he does that, then he can harness it because he figures out how to harness it. Or in this case, the transformation itself gives him access. But I mean, come on, Goku can figure out if it's possible. And maybe it's a case of, okay, Super Saiyan 4 is only accessible in the demon realm.
Well, I gotta put a fork in
Go
your
for
thing
it.
right there because within the Daima episode when he first did it, he was talking about he's been working on it and this is the first time he's done it. And
Right,
he
I
wasn't
know,
sure. So
you can
therefore like
you can
but
explain it.
you're yeah, you could retcon it, not
Well,
retcon it, actually just put a
you just
explanation
fix it.
to it. Be
Yeah,
like
you just
the only
fix it.
reason he was able to do it was because he was in the demon realm.
Exactly, yeah, because he was unable to cross it, which he ultimately will do when he gets access to God Key. He was unable to cross that threshold to do it because he only had his natural Earth Key at his disposal until they went to the Demon Realm, and then he was able to unlock it. It's easy enough, and I mean it's a good enough explanation. Like,
I
sure,
mean, it's like
somebody
him
will.
being able to reach SS3 in Otherworld because of how his energy was. He had essentially less drain on his power over in Otherworld. So he was
Yeah,
able to
which
reach higher
is
states.
yeah, exactly, because that is quasi explained in Z is that Super Saiyan 3 is such a large energy output, which is why Vegeta refused to do it in the first place, although that gets kiboshed in Daima. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, like that was just blew my mind. I was like, he doesn't want to do Super Saiyan 3, so why
yeah,
did you
there's some,
guys make him?
well, maybe Super Saiyan 3 exists if you need to end a fight quickly, but again, in Daima, it doesn't really make sense because Vegeta is having fun with that fight. Um,
Mhm.
it's like you said, when Goku originally uses it, he's able to do it because he doesn't have the energy drain of a normal body. Now he learns how to control it better, but it's still a finite form, which is why ultimately Super Saiyan God, which Super Saiyan God is stronger too, but it's a more efficient form. They go into this more in the manga. Um, Super Saiyan God versus Super Saiyan Blue. It's the same issue. Super Saiyan Blue has such a larger output
I
comparatively to
wish
Super Saiyan
I
God.
wish they would have fixed that.
Well,
Like,
I think
they
they're
would have just called it
going.
Saiyan God and then Super Saiyan God instead of like you didn't even have to say Super Saiyan Blue. You could have said Saiyan God, which was the red, and then Super Saiyan God, which was the blue. Like, why was that so difficult? But Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. It's like that's just stupid.
Su- Japanese names for whatever reason, and you can look at even Godzilla movies, like they tend to be wordy. Even like the Dragon Ball movie titles, like
Well,
they're
I think
just
the
wordy.
translations don't like they're not similar. Like,
Oh
they're
no,
not exactly the
they're
same.
identical.
No,
It's
I'm not talking meaning. I'm talking their culture versus our culture. We think it's too many words. To them, it's like
yeah.
it's
It, it,
fine.
yeah, their naming conventions. They're like even signature moves in other anime series are like a full sentence where here we're just like knockout first.
And why are people so hating on like the different color hair? They're like, oh, it doesn't make any sense. He's just got different color hair. I was like, well, it's God key. So
Yeah,
like you
it
would think it's
actually
gonna give you.
makes
It's like when
well
Goku's hair
by
turns gray and his eyes turn gray when he enters in Ultra Instinct. But at the
yeah.
same time, it's like if that's not a form and that's only a technique because they're labeling it a technique. Why would
Mhm.
his hair turn gray and why would his eyes turn gray?
See,
So
I wouldn't
that should make it a form.
I wouldn't call it a technique. I would
Oh,
call it a form, but a form that he's harnessed.
and by the way, apparently the angels, I don't know if this is true, somebody had to correct me, but the angels are actually in Ultra Instinct at all times, and that's why their hair is not actually that color. I don't know if
Oh,
that's true. I don't know if that's true or not. So like I'll have to double check on that, but that's just something I saw in a passing video, so I don't know if it's true, but
it would make
it's
sense,
still interesting.
or maybe it's just the angelic state, which is why it's always on for them, but it's because they're angels. But maybe that would be some, and maybe we'll get some answers on that in the upcoming series. But yeah, I'm hoping that we don't have a huge time gap between Galactic Patrol and what will follow, which is the Granola arc, which leads into Black Frieza. If I'm not mistaken, there
You mean
might be an arc.
Moro?
No, this is the Moro arc. Galactic Patrol is the Moro arc.
Oh wait, Moro's first?
Yeah.
I thought okay, Moro, Granola, and then there's another one.
I
I
think
thought
you're
Moro.
right.
Yeah.
Moro's
I think
in.
I think it's Granola first because actually, don't they start
Actually,
out button
maybe,
heads? They start out
maybe.
button heads like whatever reason, and then like Moro comes around, and then they like kind of team up. I don't know enough about it
Well,
because I refuse to read the manga.
at a point, Granola is fighting alongside Goku and Vegeta, but there's a misunderstanding, which is funny. They find themselves on a
Yeah.
planet with only two Dragon Balls.
What?
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty funny. That
That's
seems
not
like a
hard to
plot
find.
device. That feels like a plot device simply because they need to be able to make wishes quickly. So the balls recharge. I think it only takes like 3 days for them to recharge or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah, but you only get
Must not
one
have a
wish,
very big
right?
population.
No, I think the planet's all but deserted actually.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Well, that's
but
probably
like
why.
yeah, like I said, so we're getting Dragon Ball Super Beerus in the fall of 2026, but I want to tell everybody about something you can get right now. If you edit videos, especially podcast videos, and you're not using Final Cut Pro, I just got one question for you. Why not? It's no secret I use Final Cut Pro, not Final Cut Pro. I use CapCut Pro. Did I say Final Cut Pro? I feel like it's,
It's
I mean, CapCut Pro. I used to use Final Cut Pro. CapCut Pro is it's fantastic. It has so many toys and features that I use all the time, and I haven't even begun to scratch the surface of what I can do. And now also includes AI generation both for voice and video and image. And I gotta say, it's not bad. It's quite good. Um, and the good news is, if you want to experiment with CapCut Pro, you can, because if you use the link in the description, you can sign up for it and get your first 7 days free, and you can cancel it before you are billed. But I will tell you right now, for $9.99 a month, you're not going to want to cancel it if you're editing any volume of videos. And the coolest part is that your Pro subscription works for desktop and mobile. You just have to sign into each of them. So you can try CapCut Pro today. You will not turn it off. The other announcement we got was a new video game. Now, at first they were kind of tight-lipped about it, but eventually they did introduce a new character that's in the game and was designed with input from Akira Toriyama before he passed. Bandai Namco revealed the Dragon Ball game project titled Age 1000, so that may or may not be the official title, but that's what they're calling it in-house. Is set to release in 2027. And according to this, they announced the project promises an entirely new world with original characters, including designs tied to Akira Toriyama's creative legacy. And they are expected to reveal more details later this year. But
Do
the
we get
kind of,
an adventure game?
I think it is, and I think,
Kakarot was it, and it was actually really fun. I never
I
beat
hear,
it because
I
I never actually owned it.
Yeah, I hear it was good. I hear it was very good. I think this one's going to be. I'm totally basing this on a very limited concept, so I'm probably wrong. I think it's going to be like Xenoverse in the sense that it's going to be time travel, but I think it's going to be probably more akin to Sparking Zero because they're very similar games.
I just feel like all the fighting games that come out, it's literally like every time they release a new Call of Duty, it's the
I
same
mean,
game.
at this point, yeah, it is kind
Like
of.
it's the same characters fighting. Like yeah, I know they add different mechanics and like different battle structure, but it's like it's the same game. Like I'm
The,
so
the
bored of it. I want
the
an adventure game.
I think we'll get it. But yeah, the only gripe I really had with Xenoverse was it didn't really feel like an adventure game. It felt like a staged fighting game, which
I had Xenoverse.
I
I
loved
didn't
it.
too much. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Like
I
it
thought it
was
was
pretty
great.
good, but
Yeah, yeah.
like wasn't
All I
that
know.
the DC Online? Did you ever to dabble with that?
No.
Okay, like I think it was kind of like Xenoverse. Like literally, you could build up your character, right? In
Yep.
Xenoverse, is that
Yep.
it's been a long time, but in DC Online, you could like have like a Superman character.
Mhm.
It was your own. You made him, but you could build him up with stats and whatnot, and go out and earn stats and whatnot.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was
pretty cool.
Xenoverse. Yeah, I
Was that
was one of the.
Xenoverse? Okay.
I was one of the lame people that made my character a human. I didn't make it a Saiyan.
No.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
that's kind of hard. That's kind of hard because honestly, like if I had the option, I wouldn't be a human. I'd be a Saiyan.
I wanted the challenge.
Just saying.
And plus I wanted and I just wanted to stick up for the human race, man. 'Cause we got slighted in Z, not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, dude, when you're scaling powers like that, it's hard for the humans to keep up.
It
They're
is,
just
but
humans.
well, but okay, so I gotta defend Yamcha a bit, and it's funny because people literally saw this and yet seem to forget it. Let's remember in the Boo saga, we get a this is after Boo's killed everybody, but we get a shot of Otherworld, and Yamcha is fighting both Olibu and Paikon. And if you remember, Goku had a time with Paikon, and it was implied that Olibu was of similar strength. And Yamcha is
Was able
fighting.
to keep up and be fine.
Oh, he was winning against both of them.
Hmm.
So
But also, to be fair, the PyCon fights were not technically canon; they were filler.
this is true, but it was established in the show.
I know, but I'm just talking for canon lore and whatnot. Like I know some people out there are like, oh, canon.
Hey, I've already addressed the whole canon thing. Everything is canon. It just may not be taking place in the universe you think it is.
Kira said that.
No, I said that.
No, no, no. I'm like I'm saying that Akira pretty much said that. He said that every story is a
Oh yeah.
side story of Dragon Ball. It just might not be the Dragon Ball original timeline, which technically, if you want to get down to it, Trunks' timeline is the original timeline until Goku died. And then Trunks decided to go back in time to give him the pill
Well, and
to
also
keep him from getting pregnant.
I'm glad you reminded me because I actually had a bit of a breakthrough in my Dragon Ball Super Trunks theory. For those who don't know, my theory is that the Trunks we see in Dragon Ball Super is not the same Trunks that we saw in Z. That explains the slightly different hair color. That explains the slightly different mannerisms. And but there's more to it than that.
It's actually
Yajirobe,
color correction, but like, I know
well,
what you
but
mean.
but Yajirobe's alive in that future Trunks's Goku Black arc.
Well, it's because like he was basically almost dead, but he was somehow survived. Like they
Mm,
explained it in Super, like, barely
yeah, in that universe. But Trunks in Dragon Ball Z explicitly states that Yajirobe was killed.
because he didn't know where he was.
Well,
Yajirobe's a weak character, like
or
other than brute strength, so therefore he didn't have a high life force, so therefore Trunks probably couldn't sense him. Or he was
or
hiding.
or it's just a different Trunks. But he went through the same events as the other Trunks did when it came to the androids and Cell. So by
Well,
all
there are
intents and purposes,
so many rings. Sorry to interrupt you, but
that's
there are
that's what
so
I'm
many
saying.
rings that were there, and each one of them was every time Trunks went back.
Hmm. So every
That's
time
crazy.
Trunks,
One
yeah,
person caused that much havoc
well,
across
that's
like
that's
space
that's
and time.
why that's why time travel is that's why time travel's a bitch.
It's problem. How do we say that?
It's
It's
problem.
problematic.
It's problematic. It's very problematic.
It's no
Um,
problem, Jules.
well, and then not only that, the other thing that points to this not being the same Trunks is that Mai is in his universe as a young adult versus being the incredibly older woman that she would be had the fuckery in early Dragon Ball Super not have happened when they get wished back into being children, which does
That
not
is
happen in
problematic.
well, but it doesn't happen in the original Dragon Ball Z timeline that we're used to. So that, among a handful of other things, suggests that this Trunks is from the future, but a different future than the Dragon Ball Z Trunks. And that's what I'm saying. People,
I didn't even think
yeah.
about that until just now.
Well, and
Like
people
I
who
was
are,
thinking because of the little girl, they did the wish,
mhm.
but the timeline doesn't match.
No, it doesn't. So unless this Trunks is from a different timeline than the future Trunks that we are aware. Because remember, in one of those timelines, because Cell lived it, in one of those timelines, he kills Trunks. So that's two right out of the gate that are established in canon, and you know there's more. And in that timeline that Cell's talking about, Trunks went back to the past but didn't know about Cell. So that's why Cell's able to jump in and steal the time
Dude, they
machines.
they could easily fix this right here. All they have to do is just say that like Trunks when he died originally coming back because he came back and then he was getting ready to leave and then Cell killed him and took his
Yep.
thing. So when that happened, like the people could have found out in that other universe. Well, actually, the one who killed Cell or the one who killed Trunks is actually the Cell Gohan ended up fighting. So never
Yep.
mind. He
Yep.
was killed anyway.
But the overarching point is everybody who was bitching about the hair color, well, yeah, it's not the same Trunks. And Bulma's hair at various times has been violet to blue, so in this particular universe, he inherited the blue hair. So stop complaining because it's a different Trunks.
Stop whining.
Stop whining. Well, plus this Trunks is way softer, so I'm much more inclined to believe that this Trunks is the future version of young Trunks that we have in Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, and he wasn't as like
He
beefy.
doesn't behave as a man who has been through what our OG future Trunks has been through.
I
He just
mean,
doesn't strike me.
he said Gohan had died and whatnot,
Yeah,
and all the Z fighters died. Like he said all that, but like I'm just man, dude. Like
it's
now
just
you
a
got me
different
thinking about
it's a
that.
different
That's
Trunks. That's all I'm saying. It's just a different Trunks.
I think it's just complete. They screwed up.
Well, I know, but I say anytime a writer makes an error like that, I always have to explain it in my head canon because I'm weird like that. But I do it with
Well, I
Star
mean,
Trek all the
if they
time.
did that, I mean, they could do that themselves.
Yeah, retconning is not hard. You just have to explain it, like they did it in
Did you
Star
see
Trek.
that?
No,
Did you see that?
no. Is it a ghost?
Dude, that was an orb. That was an orb. I'm telling you right
Like
now.
Scoob, it was an orb.
Dude, that was crazy. It was like there's no bugs or anything here, dude. It's like 2 degrees outside. Like there's
That
no
is true.
bugs in here.
All the bugs are dead.
What the fudge was that? There ain't no dust in here.
I don't
Everything's
know.
pretty clean.
Keep a lookout for evil eyes. But also they announced that basically they're going to be pushing a bunch of merch for the 40th anniversary, which I'm all for. And we've said previously, listen, anything Dragon Ball is money, so just make it. Like people are going to buy it. It's Dragon Ball.
This is dust. That does not look what I just saw. I'm sorry, dude. Like that was creepy. Yeah, anything Dragon Ball is an instant moneymaker because they have old fogies like us who will refuse to let the series die. And then on top of
Oh,
that,
it's
Japan,
it's
it's
not going to die.
like
It's yeah.
dude, if Dragon Ball Z just went belly up or Dragon Ball just went belly up and they stopped playing it completely in Japan and it did never come about, like Japan would lose so much out of their economy. Dragon Ball is like literally a
Like
huge portion of
literally
their economy.
Dragon Ball and Godzilla are the pillars of the Japanese entertainment economy. Like
It's a recurring theme.
yeah. Well, and
Dragons.
not to segue too much, but it is worth noting that the Godzilla minus one sequel was announced. So that's been out for some time now.
I'll
But
tell you what, I will watch the first one and
have you
we
seen
can do
minus
this.
one yet?
I have not,
Oh,
so like
dude.
I was gonna say I'll watch the first one. We can before the second one comes out, and we can do a promptu review, and then well, not review, just discussion.
Yeah, I
That's
wouldn't
that's halfway.
mind.
We're not reviewers. We're discussion. We're
Well, I mean,
discussioneers.
I feel like we've had some pretty solid movie reviews. They're just not 5 minutes long because there's nuance. Oh, we
Black
have a
Frieza need a Sinister Six type of group to fight the Z Fighter at this point. We got Goku, Vegeta, Orange Piccolo, Beast Gohan, Broly ain't. Dude, like Broly, I'm
I
sorry.
think Broly
Broly's
can
such a
take
lame
Frieza
character. No way. Black Frieza?
eventually.
Regular Frieza? No, dude. Broly's such a lame character. Like, they're like, Kakarot. Don't get me wrong. Like, I hope they redeem him
Hey,
and make him better.
He talks now.
I know, and like the new movie was actually really cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm
Hey,
hating on the old Broly,
yeah, back when that was the Toei creation and
but
Toriyama
who are
fixed
they
it.
going to get to voice him now? Because we got used to the rapist. I don't know if he did,
Did
but
did
like,
he? Wait. No, he didn't voice him in the new movie.
yeah, he did.
Did
He
he
got fired
really?
after. They did him
Oh,
dirty,
I
dude.
thought that was way older. I thought that happened way before.
No, because he was going through it as they were basically finishing.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Because
thought
of
that happened
Tiffany
before.
Vollmer, or I don't know if her name's Tiffany Vollmer, whoever plays Bulma now.
Hmm. I think it
And I'm
is
like,
Tiffany.
I'm like the original OG Bulma wouldn't have issues. The guy, like, there are some people that are like touchy feely and it is uncomfortable, but at the same time, like, it's just who they are. As long as they're not touching your naughty bits, like if they're
Well,
touching your shoulder or something like that. But if they're like caressing you, shit like that, but like, let them know. And if they don't listen, be like, hey, dude, I'm gonna like get you fired.
hey, I mean, just my personal philosophy in that regard is that since the line is not so fine, and it's somewhat vague, I just go with the general rule of don't touch people.
I'm right there with you. You know,
It's
like, but
the
the thing
only
is, like
thing.
I said, some people like they're just wired differently. Like
Yeah,
I don't,
but
you could tell them no all the time, and yet they'll just like their brain, they just shut down and forget. Like, you know, if you've ever dealt with anyone with ADHD, hi. Uh, but like we have impulses, and sometimes it's uncontrollable. Like, you know, halftime on the podcast, like we'll be sitting here talking, I was like, it just it happens. It's impulse, you know. Like, and I'm not saying that these people are given a pass, but I'm like, I've watched that dude talk, and he's such a sweetheart. Like, I've
and the
watched
thing is, we
interviews
don't
and
know. We don't know.
behind closed doors, I don't know. You
And
know,
that's
I'm half and half. Like, you know, I'm not gonna say he's good. I'm not gonna say he's bad. You know,
I
but
feel like
her,
he
like,
did I feel like he did address that though.
she plays Bulma for crying out loud, dude. She's got to have some dog in her, you know. Like,
Oh, I would imagine she does.
yeah, and it's like be a little tougher, you know. If he's touching you, just like, listen here, motherfucker, don't make me
Well,
ouch
and
you.
for all we know, that did happen. And but my point being is that
And he
we
didn't
don't know.
listen.
Yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
but we don't know. We weren't there, and it's not our place. All we know is that they got to recast Broly. Which, I mean, how hard is it to sound like this? The screaming I get, but
Kakarot!
it's the best running gag in DBZA Broly, their version of the movie.
I bet they've already found one, but I'm
I'm sure.
like we should definitely come up with a voice each and then audition for it. How sick would that be?
Oh, I can't scream sufficiently for Broly. I can just
Yeah,
do that. No, I
no,
can't.
you could. You
No.
could, dude. You
I
just have
don't
to
I don't have the
scream in your
vocal
car.
training. I don't have the vocal training to be able to do those types of screams 5 times in a row without shredding my vocal cords.
Yeah. Just kidding. I can't do it because there's people in here, but
Oh, but the only thing I was going to say is the only thing I liked about COVID was the 6 feet. I kind of wish that had stuck around because I enjoyed people being afraid to be within 6 feet of me.
like there was like I shit you not. I was at the bank and there was a lady with a mask on, and like I don't care if you're sick, you know, if you're sick, whatever, you know. I mean, but literally on my ass, standing right there. I was like, "What the fuck are you wearing a mask for then?" I was like, "I'm gonna get your germs, but you're not gonna get mine because it blows right out." Biscuit, do it. Do what?
Oh, I think he's talking about the audition. Oh no, he's talking
Oh
about your
yeah,
scream.
dude. I no, I can't
Oh,
do
that
it.
was an anime voice actor laugh. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, right. The
Um,
name's Broly, and I'm coming for your macaroni. Leave me alone.
smells like bologna.
Kakarot!
See, that's not bad. You should audition.
You gotta get down here in the gravel.
Oh, I know how to do it functionally. I just don't have the voice for it. But anyway, um, and yeah, we already talked about. So there's been rumors on the interwebs on the Twitter. And actually, I don't know about on the Twitter because I'm not on the Twitter, but I assume there are rumors on the Twitter, but I've seen them on the Facebook because I'm old. There are rumors that there's going to be a Daima season two, and I want to be crystal clear about this. There is no official sequel or follow up that has been announced. They may have something in the works, but if they do, they have not announced it yet. So bear that in mind. Like I said, I'd be okay, although I don't know how
Thanks,
you fit
dude.
it in.
He
Yeah,
said
dude, no,
swing's
you
pretty good.
you could do it. You could do it. Um,
I
I
might
lost my
have to
train
do
of
it
thought.
then. Sorry.
Just do it. Fuck it. Just do it. You can just do your Eric wants smash bit, and then they'll be like, "Yes, that's Broly."
Eric wants smash. He wants it now.
Oh god. So
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure they're in the kitchen.
yeah, no, dude, I just don't know
What
how
is
they're.
going on in there?
I'm auditioning. Quiet. But I don't know how you could even fit in a Daima season two unless you do just treat it as a side story, and then it's like, why?
Dude, you could literally just like exactly what you said. They could like get on here and watch this amazing podcast and realize that they have gold on here and that you said that it could be demon energy and they could explore that. Be like, oh, this is demon energy and go back down.
And if you were going to redo and retcon Super, you could have Goku transform into Super Saiyan 4, thinking that that's the Super Saiyan God that Beerus is looking for. But I would not be a fan of that because we've already seen that arc. But
No, dude, that would be amazing. But the
if
thing
you're
is, like,
going to
Goku didn't go
retcon it,
to it.
yeah, if you're
Well, I
gonna
mean,
retcon it,
mhm.
well, you know Goku would have bust if he had been able to, he would have busted it out instead of just stopping at Super Saiyan 3.
I don't know because the thing is, like, it still could have been new, and he knew that this was a god, like, but at the same time, like, he's always doing that dumb shit. What does he call it? Battle sense or something like that. Like, like, I remember in the OG Dragon Ball, he was talking about, like, not raising his power up too much, fighting lower,
Yeah.
opponents.
Well, that
He wanted to make the battles last longer, dude. He's a showman. Like Goku's a showman. Like I appreciate it.
well, and that came back to bite him right in the ass in Resurrection F. So, which I was glad to see, honestly. Like
That was so
controversial.
lame, dude. He should have just told Vegeta, "Kill him now!
Well, Vegeta
Get
was
him!"
going. The point was Vegeta was going to, but Frieza took that split second to, you know,
I know, but like he's just sitting there going, and like laying, on the ground and like going to shoot the freaking planet. I'm like, hey, Vegeta,
yeah, just
quit trying to, like that's the thing. These people have the power in their fingertips to destroy planets with ease. Kill them quickly.
well, and not to get off topic, but to let everybody know, you also, you, not you, you, the ones watching this, you also have the power in your hands to change the world. And I'm about to tell you about a way where you can do it and go on vacation at the same time. Our friends at Globalware specialize in vacations that make a difference. It is exactly what it sounds like. You book a destination with them, they take you to wherever you are needed, places all around the world, Africa, Southeast Asia, South America, and you go on a vacation, but while you're there, you also work on projects that meaningfully help the people that live there. And it's also a really, really good and cost effective way to travel the world. So their operation is really cool. They've actually joined their podcasts, are now part of our podcast network. And I had a wonderful interview with the director, Kimberly, which is on the Arte podcast. You can check that out. But you can check out the second link in the description to their website, and you can see all the options, including they have what's called a game watch trip in Africa. And what you do is they park you at a watering hole, and your job is to count all the animals that you see there. It's how they help track populations in the area. So it's like a safari, but a super long one, which is on my bucket list now. Thanks for that, Kimberly. But got to make
That's
that happen.
awesome.
Yeah, I know it's an awesome organization, but that is Globalware. Um, and yeah, but what I was gonna say before very awkwardly segued into that ad spot um, was that I was one of the people who actually really dug Resurrection F, particularly Vegeta being able to finally get that revenge because the
But
moment
he
where he
didn't. Goku
well he
stole it from him,
oh
man.
no, he humiliated Frieza. He may not have killed him, but he humiliated him far more than Goku did. Because that moment, because we, that moment when Vegeta goes Super Saiyan Blue, Frieza was not expecting that, and I don't think the audience was. I think by the time he starts fighting Frieza, the audience was, but it was
Did we
dope.
watch that in theaters?
I did. We didn't watch it together. We watched Broly together.
That's right.
Yeah. And then we watched Dragon Ball Superhero together.
What?
And
Wait a minute. What did we watch in Columbus? Did you
that
go?
was Broly. Yeah.
Was that Broly?
That was Broly.
No, 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 no. Broly was not in Columbus. Broly was in wait a minute, superhero. Okay, never mind. Superhero was
Superhero
a
was in yeah,
AMC
that was an
17 and
AMC.
then
Yeah.
okay, Columbus. Okay, gotcha. Dude.
Yeah, which only one person laughed at our awesome joke.
Waves and
Was in
rocks.
rocks.
Yeah, but the person like cracked up so
Oh,
hard.
I
So I was
know.
like, you know what? It was worth it.
Those are better than a snicker. Those are at least one person really appreciated it.
Man, like I want to be him.
I wish I were him, which actually
Oh yeah.
I gotta give Toei some grief on that because Chris Sabat originally wanted the guys from DBZ Abridged to voice those versions in Kai, and they recorded it, but they Toei kiboshed it, which is very unfortunate because it's very funny.
Lame.
It's very funny.
I
Come on.
wish I were him. I just remember watching it as a kid. I was like, this is amazing.
No, it was very funny.
Waves and rocks.
I gotta appreciate the fact that sometimes when a show like that is self-aware enough to poke fun at itself every now and again, come on, like it's. But DBZA
Well,
still does it better.
I mean,
I mean, they have 20 years of hindsight, so
Akira was he wasn't worried about making fun of himself. Like he's a comedian, so
no,
comedic
definitely not.
writer.
Which actually,
I
to
don't know if
shout
he's a
out,
comedian.
yeah, not a comedic writer, yeah. To shout out Team Four Star, their latest project, Sailor Moon Abridged. Oh my God, it is so funny.
I've watched like a few episodes of Sailor Moon.
Oh, you
I
don't trust me. You don't have to have
it's
seen
too
the
much.
series. You don't have to have seen the
It
series to appreciate it. It's very funny.
it was like listening to Poir constantly.
No, because apparently because I didn't see I haven't seen the entire series either. But I guess there's a part in the series where one of the are they demons? I don't even really know what they are. I know they're named after rocks. One of the demons seduces one of Usagi's friends in order to get information on Sailor. I guess that's a plot point, but the Team Four Star guys actually make it a point to point out the fact that these girls are 14. And so the whole gag is the fact that what I'm butchering the dialogue here, but she's like they're talking on a bench and she's like, "Yeah, I'll tell you everything about Sailor Moon, but you got to do something for me." And he was just like, "Okay, it's the moment you've been waiting for. It's now or never." And he's like, "Sure, what's that?" And she's like, "I want a parfait." And he goes, "What is that? Is that a sex thing?" It's like, "Oh no. Okay." And it's great because he takes the gamble and he was like, "What flavor?" And then she just goes chocolate. It's, I'm not doing it just
Chocolate.
I'm not doing it justice because it is very funny. It is a very funny.
Chocolate.
And the nice thing it's abridged in the true sense of the word. It's not like DBZ abridged where it's like a bunch of episodes. I think they've literally done this in like two parts. I think they might do like three or four entire parts, but it's very funny. Very funny. If you
Indeed.
loved the last season of DBZ Abridged, you will absolutely love this because the writing is on the same par level punchiness. It is very funny.
See, I didn't realize how much like I liked that stuff because like I was watching back in the day, what was it? Walking Dead, Walking and Talking Dead,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You told me about
bad
that.
lip reading.
Yeah.
Bad lip reading. Like that like, I didn't know if Team Four Star had done that. And then I think you were like, dude, have you checked this out? And I was like, and I still have only watched tiny bits and pieces of it because like I I, I want to. I want to, but
I'm
I just
surprised you're
don't.
having such a hard time of it because I found I got addicted to it.
Well, it wasn't that. It was just like I don't know, like I don't know. It just doesn't fit with me, I guess.
I don't.
Even
How
though there
far
are
did you
funny
get?
ass parts, but to a little past Namek. No.
Oh, see, that's where it gets golden for me. Like by the time you get to Frieza's fight with Goku is where it just becomes Chef's kiss for me.
I know, and they're only like 5, 6 minutes long, or like 7 minutes.
They
So I'm
they
just
they
like,
get they get longer, but not much. But I mean, by the time you get to the androids arc, the writing is just it's chef's kiss perfect. Vegeta in particular is one of the funniest characters.
it kicks me in the, he keeps kicking me in the
The
dick.
dick. Oh, but
I've seen a
like,
lot of it. I haven't seen it in succession.
well, yeah, but I mean, one of the key lines from Vegeta after 18 knocks him into the side of the mountain. Did anyone get the number of that? 18. Thank you.
Oh man.
It's just full of that.
So
But that's it. Those are the announcements. Do with them
it's
as you will.
not a whole lot, you know. And like, did
I mean,
they
it
announce
is
when?
only for Dragon Ball Super Beerus, which is going to premiere in the fall of this year, and they kind of indicated that the Galactic. I assume the Galactic Patrol arc will start in early 2027 because Beerus is going to premiere later this year. And the game, I don't think they had a release date yet, but I'll look through and see if I had that. Actually, it may not be early 2027 because they like to leave some breathing room, which I'm okay with. Uh,
Oh,
they said it would be they said the game was going to be released in 2027. So if I had to guess, you're going to get Dragon Ball Super Beerus. The game's going to come out in early 2027, and then we're going to get the continuation anime later in
they won't be
2027.
too far off from each other.
No, but I mean, I think you'll see, which again, I'm okay with. I would rather wait and get really good quality versus, rolling it out too quickly. His power is maximum.
It's like,
But I think we can all agree it can't be worse than Dragon Ball Evolution.
yeah. I mean, you know, the funny thing is like, other than the Piccolo story and like just everything to do with
Don't
Saiyans, like
don't try to
if it was
defend
just
it.
if it was just a kid with like superpowers, and they made that movie like that, and like you get rid of the Dragon Ball aspect, it actually would have been pretty
That's
cool.
that's what it feels like it is, though. It feels like
I know, but they tried to attach it to it, and then freaking who was it that who was it that directed it? It was a big director.
I can't remember, but yeah, I remember.
And I was like, dude, why would you allow this piece of shit? And then supposedly Justin Chat, like everybody always says, well, Justin Chat was a fan. I'm like, if he was a fan, he would have said no to that script.
Well, I always forget his name. The actor who played Piccolo was also a fan, and that's why he voiced Zamasu
James
for free.
Marsden,
Yeah,
yeah, he was like, I'm sorry, fans, so I'm gonna do Zamasu for free.
for
I was
free.
like, we don't care if you get paid or not. Like, I mean, like we like you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I wasn't really thrilled with the performance of Zamasu, but
What?
not really. I mean, it was kind of, eh.
Well, you got to think, you know, he's a god, so like, you know, like he doesn't speak like the rest of us. So, like they
I'm
speak so
fair.
like low, and you know how we
Fair
see
enough.
it.
To be fair, I wasn't really a huge fan of his, which that might just be the character. I'm fixing to kill all the mortals. I'll tell you what.
The only thing I got left is this propane.
The only thing I'm gonna do is steal that man's body and kill all the mortals. I tell you what.
I'll kick.
Kamehameha.
Ha ha. Oh, I can't do it anymore.
Which wow, Divergence. Have you watched any of the King of the Hill revival?
Mhm.
It's quite good.
I do like it. You know, and the funny thing is, I was cracking up at the joke that they did with Bobby and Connie, you
Hmm.
know, and like, and the girl was like, "Oh, that's just code slang for side dick," and I was like, "Damn!" I was like, she looked like the liberal, and then they made Connie out to be the liberal, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I
Yeah, that
didn't
was
think
funny
that.
when that girl ends up being able to play football and Hank's like, I would like to make you my honorary daughter. Bobby, get the bags.
You know, the funny thing is, I like her better than I like Connie.
Oh, Connie's awful.
Yeah, like horrible. Like, I don't know. That was just a kid thing back when Bobby had no self-esteem. This is my purse.
I don't know you. Well, this is the time of the show where we start rambling, so it's probably best to sign off. And if you're catching us after the live, let us know what you think about the Dragon Ball announcements in the comments. And much like Star Trek, there's going to be a lot of hate for these, but they're going to keep making them, so enjoy it or shut up. Ah, you don't have to shut up. You can complain because, like, I complained about Daima quite a bit,
I did.
but I did sing its
I tried to be
praises.
nice to it. I
I
tried to be
tried,
nice
dude.
to
I
it.
wanted so much to like Daima, but I'm watching it, and I understand that for me, it stops with the script. Like
Dude,
it starts and stops with the script.
I rewatched the tournament arc, of Super.
People
Dude,
complained
it's
about that.
so good. Yeah, and I'm like,
I know.
how could you not like that? Like
Sure, they
Goku going
stretch.
against Jiren, like, oh,
Sure, they stretch 45 minutes into like a week, but
48.
it's Dragon Ball. It's what they do.
Remember, 5 minutes took 5 episodes.
Exactly.
Really,
Time.
in times of battle, because the thing is, it seems like you're getting a whole bunch of like different battles and whatnot, but like these are just battles happening concurrently at the same time, so it
Yeah,
seems like a lot more times
these
going
are
on.
events. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why it seems like that, and people are just like, "It happens so fast!" Ah, and I'm just like, "Do you not have a brain?"
Here's the other thing you have to remember. It's theoretically being slowed down so that we can see it,
Exactly,
because normally we wouldn't be able to see it,
because we're humans.
and they moving real fast.
They moving real fast, and we're moving real fast off of here. You all have a good night, crackers.
Kamehameha.